Guten Tag. Oh, sorry, hello. I've been in Germany for a while.
And how has Teron Armstead's practice week been, and is activating him in consideration, or is it more appealing to give him the 2 weeks with the bye to follow?
Well, it's been so far so good. We still have a day to assess that, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but it's been very encouraging and feel optimistic, but have to just see how today plays out to make sure that there's no setbacks, because we feel very good about all the offensive linemen we play, and we, there's a long season, so we don't want there's no reason for him to be pressing through something that might hurt him in the long run. So we'll assess it today.
I'll just kind of wrap up the key injuries if we could with center, right guard, and Braxton.
Okay, so center, Connor Williams has had an outstanding week of practice. It was a good, ended up being very fortuitous that Liam Eichenberg played really well last week and afforded him another week of get right. So he hasn't had any setbacks, so feel good about that. I think we're going to do a 1-for-1 Rob for Rob. Rob Hunt will be out, and so we should see Rob Jones in there at left guard. Braxton Berrios, proud of that guy because inherently in his nature, he's got that aggressive walk-on mentality that we've been working together really since he got here about communicating appropriately and not fighting through things that might make him worse. So it was proactive. He felt a little something. It wasn't a full injury, so we're going to test it out today and see how it goes. Optimistic with him.
Tyreek Hill said he was a bit pissed that he wouldn't face the Chiefs at Arrowhead. He seems like a passionate guy. From a coach's point of view, are you a bit relieved that you are facing Chiefs here? Tyreek is facing Chiefs here with less distractions.
I wouldn't say that any of that factors in to any thought that I have. I don't like the idea is as a team you accept whatever the situation is. As a team you embrace any challenge. Arrowhead is a tough place to play. Ultimately you want to be a team that it doesn't matter where you play. So my mindset is I really haven't thought about it like that. I'm more looking at it like what an opportunity. How cool is it that there's I can't remember the stats, but I believe it didn't take long for this game to sell out, right?
2 minutes, I think.
So you knew, I didn't. But like that's all you really think about is, okay, well, where there's a demand or there's an interest, and I think, I can speak on behalf of the whole team. We're pretty honored to have people pay money, their hard-earned money, to come watch us do what we commit our professional lives to. So, I'm pretty sure the Kansas City Chiefs fan base travels well. I'm sure there'll be a slight element of Arrowhead, but I think this is a cool opportunity for us to compete in a place no one that is participating in this game has ever a place that no one's participated, or we've never played a game here. That's good news for our industry, the NFL in general, and it's an exciting opportunity. I've never been to Europe. I'm a history major. This is awesome. Maybe I'll get to see a site here soon. So a great opportunity for everybody, and we feel very fortunate, and it speaks to the health of the National Football League, I think.
Hey, Coach. I just wanted to ask you about the evolution of your scheme in terms of, you started off last year running, I suppose, kind of kamikaze-style RPOs with Tua making sort of first-level reads but pushing the ball vertically down the field with post wheel and rail wheel. And into year two, the evolution has been so quick, and now you're much more condensed between the numbers. The route depths look a bit different in terms of...
No, but, how awesome is this? Clearly you have an accent, and you know exactly what you're talking about. So I'm honored that you're watching our tape.
But there are even some sort of Mike Shanahan elements in terms of Tua turning his back to the defense off the play.
Now you're just flexing.
Now I'm just flexing.
Yeah.
But I just wondered whether or not, in terms of the speed, obviously there's a reason for the evolution. But I wondered in terms of the speed of the evolution, whether that was down to Tua's own comfort level, whether that was down to your evolution as a play designer and a play caller. And without wanting to do a Barry Jackson 2-for-1, whether or not you were...
Coming for your job, bro.
Whether or not you were working on the next iteration of the scheme to stay one step ahead of people like Steve Spagnuolo.
In principle, I really don't look at it as my scheme at all. It's the furthest thing from it. What it is we're taking elements of what people do well and trying to really lean into that. So the evolution is really centered around finding out what your players are good at and evolving in that direction. So quite literally, the scheme is a result of the players. So in terms of that forecasting of being a schematic guru or something, I see it far from that. I think it's the product looks good because people know what they're doing, are fully invested in it, and there's some movement and things of that nature, but the orchestration only works because how much deliberate practice it takes to time up motions with concepts and have footwork from the quarterback timed up with the footwork of the receiver and the aiming points of each combination block tied to the runner. All of those things, from our offensive staff standpoint, we're just opening our eyes, watching our players, and kind of adapting to them. So I think that, it's kind of always, that's how I've always kind of looked at it. Last year was tricky because you only know this much about your guys, and you're learning on the fly, and you learn fast. Oh yeah, he didn't like that, or he's uncomfortable with that. Receiver, running back, right guard. You're doing the same thing, which is trying to utilize players' talents in a cohesive manner to be able to, as 11 people, move as one. Evolution of the offense. It really comes down to the evolution, the coaches getting a better idea of what guys are good at, and then guys really truly going after the opportunity, not being satisfied with results, but really chasing that unattainable level of perfection that, when you have a group of guys that are never satisfied and always want to have, okay, what can I do better? You have a chance to be your best selves for sure. So that's what I think we're all seeing, and we're all watching we're all along for the ride, watching our players play.